Good day guys! Today, balik ulit tayo sa car reviews kasi in my recent vlogs, nag-focus tayo dun sa ating upgrade sa ating Ranger Raptor. Before I start my test drive review, special thanks to Enrique Hill Valencia of Ford BGC. Ilalagay ko yung contact number niya dito sa baba para kung meron kayong inquiry, pwede nyo siyang tawagan. Sa Ford BGC siya. So ngayon magte-test drive tayo ng 2025 model ng Ford Territory. So for 2025, meron na siyang facelift at naka-hybrid system na rin siya. Meron siyang dalawang variant, yung Titanium X saka yung Trend variant. The price of the Trend variant is 1.4 million while yung Titanium X is 1.6 million. Attractive yung pricing level niya considering yung space, comfort at saka yung fuel economy. This video will dwell more on driving performance kasi yung engine niya ngayon produces 150 PS and 230 Newton meters of torque. While yung electric motor niya, it adds 218 PS and 315 Newton meters of torque. By the way, this is a self-charging hybrid system, meaning hindi mo siya kailangang isaksak sa kuryente para ma-charge yung battery. Bale, yung battery niya is recharged by the engine through regenerative braking. So, check natin yung performance niya on-road at saka yung difference niya from the previous model. Actually, sa exterior mo makikita yung difference, especially doon sa front fascia niya. Nagmukhang matured siya at refined. Actually, kamukha siya ng bagong Expedition pag tinignan mo from the front. Anyway, tingnan natin at i-feel natin yung driving dynamics niya. Dito sa loob, you will be greeted with 12 inches infotainment screen with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. So, wireless sila. So, both dun sa Trend at saka dun sa Titanium X, meron siyang 12-inch infotainment screen. Ang pagkakaiba lang, yung digital cluster dun sa Trend is only 7 inches. Dito kasi sa Titanium X, it's 12.3 inches. From the get-go, ang una kong napansin is yung kanyang very light steering. Alam nyo naman si Ford pagdating sa steering feel and comfort, they're one of the best. Since magaan talaga yung steering feel ng mga sasakyan nila kahit na yung kanilang mga SUVs because of the electric power assisted steering. Yung mga modern cars today, usually naka-electric power assisted steering na sila. So itong ganitong system is already widely accepted. So, in terms of maintenance, hindi na rin siya ganong kamahal. There's nothing wrong with it, it's widely accepted, and it lasts a long time. So, ang nabibigay talaga nito is yung pure comfort, especially sa long drive, at saka yung maneuvering the vehicle. So, very comfortable talaga siyang i-drive, kasi very light yung feeling. So, ang dali niyang i-drive at saka magaan kasi nga, ang gaan ng manibela eh. So, mag-a-appeal siya mostly sa mga lady drivers. And since naka-independent suspension siya, so over bumps, very smooth siya. So, para kang nakasakay sa sedan. So, very car-like yung feeling. So, yan ang isa sa main attribute nitong Ford Territory, yung comfort. Okay, tanungin natin itong driving instructor. So, paano nagpa-function yung hybrid niya?
So currently now, we're running on purely battery. And this is the indicator kung saan tayo.
Okay.
So the battery is powering the tires, the car to move forward.
Mm-hmm.
And then, pag bumaba ng konti yung battery percentage niya, the engine will turn green. And then that indicates that the engine is charging the battery.
Okay.
So the electric motor is still running the car, but the engine is charging the battery. So that way, hindi siya mataas yung idling RPM niya. So since mababa na RPM niya when it's charging the battery, hindi malakas sa gas. And then when you get to 60 kilometers per hour or more, the engine will assist. So now the engine and the electric motor are working together to give you the power.
Okay.
So okay. Same principle, since it's not solely powering the car, hindi mabigat yung load ng makina. With the light load in the engine, it's not consuming gas as well. The main driver for the car is the electric motor.
So the engine function as a generator.
Yes, sir. It's a generator and then parang extra additional power pag high speed na. Pero hindi siya yung main driver ng push ng kotse.
Ito pala can drive pure EV.
Like ngayon, we're driving pure EV.
Pure EV. Kaya patahimik.
Doon siya nakatipid.
Akala ko naman, ano lang siya, parang yung mga Okavango na parang ano lang, hindi pala.
Parang priority na ganito is the electric motor.
Electric motor. Okay. Turn right tayo, no?
Yes, turn right po.
And then how many kilometers can it move sa electric motor?
Wala kaming numbers for electric motor only. The brochure says it's 19. Pero the car is so new, wala pa nakagawa ng actual test.
Okay.
So as for the brochure says, nakapag 19 siya, mixed city and highway. The real world test, we don't know yet. Kasi ito yung mga unang maneho pa lang ng kotse. So your screen currently says 12.8 kilometers per liter, doing the route we're doing now. And then minsan may mga tao who stay in the car for a long time, they'll check the features, try to connect the Bluetooth. So ito yung parang traffic condition niya, it's doing 13 naman. Kasi ito lang ikot na sir eh. Ito yung unang maneho niyan eh. We rarely hit 60 or 70 kilometers sa test route. And maybe mga a few seconds lang, 2-3 seconds lang siya nakahanap. Yeah, so we can just pass this side, ingat lang sa salubong kasi masikip eh. Very tight po yung section na doon dun sa construction eh. So we just pass here for safety na lang. Pero pati siya bumabalik pa siya.
So yun, ano pa siya?
Now pag naka-green,
engine is ano?
it's charging the battery naman. Yeah, alive siya ngayon. But it's still quiet kahit na po naka-on na yung engine niya. Tapos the new safety things included here are the adaptive cruise control. So if you're highway, cruise control ka, someone comes in front of you at a slower speed than you, stepping on the brake, the car will slow down to 75, maintain the distance.
Pagdating sa power rating niya, since meron siyang help sa electric motor, malakas yung hatak niya. Meron kasi siyang 1.5 liter dedicated hybrid engine combined with an electric motor and a 1.83 kWh lithium-ion NCM battery. At equipped din siya with a dedicated 2-speed hybrid transmission. Yung pull niya is very linear. Hindi mo ramdam yung surge ng power at certain RPM. Very smooth yung delivery niya from the get-go. Ang kagandahan dito, you have that amount of power on top while still having good fuel economy. Yung kasi ang complaint dun sa previous model matakaw daw sa gas. But with this hybrid system, it solves the problem. Ang kagandahan dito sa technology ni Ford Territory, yung kanyang hybrid system is malakas talaga yung power compared dun sa mga hybrid system ng kanyang competitors. Ang layo ng difference pagdating sa power rating. So kung mahalaga sa iyo yun, especially kung naglo-long drive kayo ng family nyo, I think magandang compelling choice itong Ford Territory. In fact, in terms of speed, it can travel from 0 to 100 km per hour in 8 seconds. Pagdating sa transmission niya, it's very smooth. Wala akong nafe-feel na jerkiness. Another thing is yung brakes niya. So from the previous model, yung mga previous owners ang makakapagsabi nito. Very sensitive yung previous model pagdating sa brakes niya. So kaunting apak mo lang, susubsub ka. Dun sa previous model, especially if you are a new driver, pagdating sa brake feel, mabibigla ka kasi sobrang sensitive niya talaga. Pero as of now, in-adjust na ni Ford ito. Sa ngayon, I'm trying to feel the brake. Ngayon, maganda na yung progression niya. Malakas pa din yung preno niya. Buti naman in-adjust na ni Ford yun. Siguro yung one thing na hinahanap ko dito sa sasakyan na ito is yung lack of feel niya. Preference lang naman yon. Not every time yung comfort, yung katahimikan ng cabin are on the good side. Kasi meron ding mga tao na gusto yung medyo may pagka-rawness pagdating sa driving experience. Dito sa Territory, it leans more on the comfort side. Para sa akin, napaka-vague yung feeling niya. Parang walang karakter yung driving performance niya. It's a point A to point B car that will bring you in comfort, not with a smile. Yun lang naman, there's nothing bad about it. It's just personal preference. Yung iba naman, gusto talaga comfort pagdating sa driving experience. Yung iba naman, ang gusto may feel pagdating sa driving performance. Pero kung more on city driving ka, maganda ito. Kasi it's very light to drive. Another thing related to comfort is yung NVH niya. The NVH level niya inside is very good. So, tahimik siya. Hindi mo masyadong naririnig yung mga outside noises that much. Of course, meron pa rin, but comparing it with the other crossovers in the market, tahimik ito. Pero hindi kasing level ng Mazda CX-5. Pagdating naman sa overall driving experience, wala naman akong complaint. Yun lang talaga, it lacks the character pagdating sa performance side. Kumbaga, very conservative yung dating niya. So kung ang hinahanap ng owner is more on the performance driving, hindi ito yung sasakyan para sa kanya. This is for comfort and efficiency. Another thing na maganda dito sa Ford Territory is yung space niya. Sa mga crossovers in the segment, I think isa siya sa may pinakamalaking legroom. And in terms of overall feel sa loob, you can really feel yung premiumness niya sa kanyang price range. You have a sunroof, you have that black headliner, at yung mga materials na ginamit sa loob is actually on a good level quality. Okay. I-try nating i-accelerate ng konti.
Or is that electric motor, sir? Electric lang yun.
Malakas ang torque.
Yes. Less delay electric motor kaysa sa gas.
So main driver nito is the electric motor.
Parang the ICE engine is an assist. Either a genset or assist siya.
Pero that will at 60 kilometers per hour, hindi na kaya ng pure battery na.
Kaya naman, but it's helping eh. But that yun yung programming sir ng engine eh. Pero unlike other hybrids, pag nag-high speed, they go pure gas na siya. So, malakas yung consumption din. So ito, assist lang siya sa electric motor para hindi malakas yung load ng gas engine.
In terms of quality, hindi mo siya mapupuna pag nakita mo sa personal. Although yung iba sinasabi na it's really made in China. I think dito hindi mo ramdam yung perception na yon. Kasi there's nothing wrong naman. And this car is made from the partnership of JMC and Ford. So it is exported globally. Basically, this is a rebadged Equator Sport. Okay. Let's discuss naman yung mga pros and cons ng sasakyan na ito. One of the pros nito is yung madali siyang i-drive. Malambot yung manibela niya, wala siyang masyadong blind spot, so magaan talaga siyang i-drive. So kaya-kaya itong i-drive ng anak nyo, ng misis nyo, at kahit ng mga new driver. Maganda rin yung ground clearance niya, so tamang-tama sa mga flooded streets. At ang isang maganda dito is very roomy siya. Hindi siya masyadong malaki, hindi naman siya maliit. So, tamang-tama lang yung size niya. Another pro niya is yung NVH niya. Maganda yung sound insulation niya, to be honest. Another pro nito is yung power rating niya. You can really feel yung surge ng power since merong help ng electric motor. And it also comes with a 5-year bumper-to-bumper warranty. Yung kanyang high voltage battery, meron naman siyang 8-year warranty. At ang isang magandang pro nito is yung kanyang fuel efficiency. So yung combination ng gasoline engine saka yung electric motor provides a good balance between performance and fuel efficiency. Another pro nito is yung suspension niya. Car-like talaga yung ride niya. It's not the smoothest pero comfortable na siya for what it is. So very sedan-like yung driving feel niya. Another good thing is yung brake feel niya. Before, it's very sensitive. Now, maganda na yung progression niya. Na-tune na perfectly ng Ford yung braking niya. Malakas siya pero hindi siya pumapako. At lastly, punong-puno siya ng modern technologies. Meron siyang human-machine interface, maganda yung sound system at kumpleto sa driver assist features. Gaya ng adaptive cruise control with stop and go, lane keeping aid, blind spot information system, and rear cross traffic alert. Now, ano naman yung mga cons niya? Ang number one con for me is yung vagueness ng feeling niya. Yun naman yung compromise mo pagdating sa good driving feel. So, kung ikaw yung person na gusto yung feel pagdating sa sasakyan, I think this is not the car for you. Very boring siyang i-drive, to be honest. I think mas magi-enjoy yung mga passengers nito compared dun sa driver. Siyempre, magi-enjoy din naman yung driver pagdating sa power delivery niya. Other than that, yung steering feel niya, yung handling niya is very vague, to be honest. Pero depende pa rin yan sa preference ng mga tao. Kasi meron namang tao na gusto yung talagang comfort side. Another con nito is yung kanyang high maintenance cost. Kasi ang Ford is known kasi na mahal ang maintenance. Especially ito na hybrid, so dalawa yung i-maintain mo, yung electric motor saka yung gasoline engine. Actually, hindi mahal yung maintenance per se. Ang mahal yung mga parts. Kasi normally pagka Ford ang binibili mo, assembly kasi they are after the safety. To summarize, yung price level niya is actually good for what you're getting. Hybrid na siya, both yung titanium at saka yung trend variant. Although this car is made in China and compare it with BYD na selling very well despite na it's made in China. I think ang good value proposition nito is yung kanyang hybrid system. Kasi ang complaints dun sa previous model is yung kanyang fuel consumption. Matakaw talaga sa gas. Pero with this new hybrid, mukhang mas matipid na siya sa fuel consumption. At wala ka na ring range anxiety kasi hybrid siya, hindi siya full electric. Hindi mo na rin siya kailangang i-plug para ma-charge yung battery kasi self-charging siya. So overall, considering yung bagong powertrain, yung added features, saka yung stable pricing, it looks like maganda yung improvement from the previous model. With these improvements coming at no extra cost, it's a very compelling option sa crossover market. Okay, hanggang dito na lang. If you like this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, see you again my next vlog. Bye!